I did the same thing. Alright, everyone. It is that time. It is, 11:59. I beat it with 1 minute, but we'll pretend it's 12 p.m. already. This is Kit and the Travelers podcast. Today we have Levy, Ashlyn. Well, Ashley, if you want to just go there. And Kit, obviously me, because I'm sick and I don't know who I am anymore.
You're Kit.
We're going to start off the podcast video part of it with the Pacifier developer diary. We're going to watch the 4 minutes of it, and then we'll talk about it, and you guys can chat with us about it in chat. And then we're also going to go through about some of the beta stuff, because, you know, we have our Ingie here now this week, so he can explain what he tested and saw on his side. And then if Ashley tested any of her side. And then I did some on mine, so we'll go from there. And then I think we'll talk about the Reddit drama, salt, lalt, whatever crap last. And then about the PvP drama as well, where the devs are very flip-floppy, because I think Levy said he had a few words that he wanted to talk about himself there, so we'll let him get that addressed out. So let's get started. We're going to start the video. If the video is too loud, just let me know in the chat, and I'll turn it down or turn it up, and we'll go from there. Does POF seem like an improvement over HOT? Well, I guess so. Have you not played the beta?
Beta?
Okay, so let's start those out.
We want to do something that really stands out and just focus on that and make it really, really good.
One of the big things that separates Guild Wars 2 from a lot of other MMOs is that how you move through the world is a big part of interacting with it.
We really wanted to push the joy of movement we saw work so well in the past.
Players might be expecting mounts in that other games do them. I don't think they're expecting mounts quite like how we've done them.
In most games, mounts are just the speed boost.
We could do that, and we could do it and take it one step further.
The thing we're trying to do with all the mounts is have them have very different methods of locomotion. So it's not just an aesthetic change when you get a new mount, it's also a bit of a gameplay and game style change.
Your mount is effectively part of your character. It gives your character tools to move around the world and interact with the world in ways you couldn't before.
What makes mounts the most fun is how they feel when you're riding them.
And so we actually started with the movement abilities and really designed the mounts around them to a great extent.
Different abilities that really stood out from one another without being overly complicated.
We knew we wanted something that would jump forwards primarily at high speed. We knew we wanted something that would be more vertical. We wanted something that would give you a good experience on water.
When we decided to add mounts and then decided to give them these movement tools, it had an effect on particularly map design.
The new maps that we'll be adding in Pacifier are actually much larger than our normal maps.
We wanted to make sure that the environments were big enough to feel like you were traveling great distances.
They really take advantage of the mount's faster movement speeds, movement abilities.
Then we could really go back and start to carve out the specific jumps and areas tailored for each mount.
A lot of our terrain is got a lot of shortcuts and hidden nooks and crannies.
There's more variety in these maps than we've ever had before.
When we were first coming up with our current set of mounts, it starts from finding a creature that also works with the movement mechanic, and then usually a concept artist will go out and mock up some concepts of like what the mount could be.
I was amazed at how well the art team pulled out the personality for every single mount.
Got the cool one, the sleek one, we got the cute, amicable one.
Some people had some reserves about how cute the giant bunny was.
I personally had doubts that a giant rabbit would really fit into the Guild Wars universe.
I absolutely love it, and I'm thrilled that there is a place in Guild Wars for cuter things.
A good mount is something that you could fall in love with, something that complements the design of your character.
The one thing I really want players to think when they first experience a mount is that sense of connection.
The audio made a big difference for mounts. It really helped them come alive.
The way I really approached mounts from the beginning was to try to give each one of them their very own sense of the proper weight and scale.
We really wanted to sell the thought of them being large presences in the world.
We had a system for how all of the characters move, and that system wasn't going to work for the mounts, so we had to build an entirely new movement layer.
Then it was a process of iterations after iterations after iterations. Our artists have gone to great lengths to give these things a personality, to make all this look really smooth and lifelike, and I think the effect is quite impressive.
It really provides this feeling of each mount is its own experience, even just basic movement around the world.
I really hope that the designs will stand out from each other and everybody could maybe have a favorite.
I don't think anybody was expecting mounts done in exactly this way. So even the folks who are looking forward to mounts are going to have, I think, a lot of really nice surprises waiting for them.
So basically, Levy, I'll let you go first. Are you excited about mounts?
Yes. Yes, I am excited.
I was sadly more excited over the background because I was like, ooh, look at all the new maps than the mounts.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm already used to mounts in games, so I'm like, man, mounts don't really get me hyped up. And as much as they sit here and push that their mounts are different, there's a lot of games that mounts do different things too still. Like Final Fantasy, the mounts play music as you ride them. Each one has a different music sound to it too. To Terra, where there's a couple mounts that give you health back when you ride on them. So like they'll heal you up. So it's not like their mounts are that unique to me as much as they push that. But I'm just more of like, oh, look at all the pretty backgrounds. Like, where are all the places I'm going to explore? I don't know. So, what do you think, Levy?
Well, I'm excited. I liked the Raptor in the demo. It has a very different movement to player, and I love it. What is very interesting to me was what was written in the developer diary, that each mount will have its own movement physics. And I'm pretty sure that many people will complain about it right from the start, or let's say launch, because every mount will take some time to, well, for the player to learn to ride it, to basically control it to its full potential, because we could see that even with the Raptor mount, it doesn't turn right away like the character. It takes different. It has completely different movement. If you want to make it turn around, it has some diameter around which it moves around. So yeah, I played Witcher 3, and it's very similar to the movement of the horse Roach. So it wasn't such problem for me. Many people have complained about it, and I'm sure that many people will complain about other mounts because there was an example that I think Skimmer, because it floats, it will slide around, so it will be basically drifting. So you may fall off the cliff with it. Right. So yeah, I can see people complaining about that. I don't think it will be justified, and I hope, not even hope. I know that they won't change the movement because it's a internal part of the whole mount system. It's awesome that mounts are diable. I was a little disappointed that the mount had only one die channel, at least Raptor. I hoped when I found out that they will be dieable that I will have a couple of die channels and I will be able to die them completely,
right.
Not only the back of them. But I'll take it. I like it. It's at least some customization. If it were ideal world for me, then I would be able to also customize the mounts, like in Wildstar. People that have played Wildstar certainly know how they were customizable, that you could put stuff on them, like boom boxes, some trophies, anything. There had slots for it, for example, on left, on right, in the front, on back for slots, and you could put the special items there, and it made you care about the mount even more. But yeah, then again, I hope at least that there will be some skins. But I think that everybody expects that. The question is whether there will be some skins for in-game, not only Gem Store. Honestly, I don't expect that, because it will be, in my opinion, like with the gliders. We got the legendary ones, and then everything else was in Gem Store. No special skins for achievements or something difficult, no rare drops, nothing. And it was a big point of discussion, and there were a lot of complaint threads about it when people felt that the certain skin could be an in-game reward. Hopefully they will implement some, but I won't hold my breath. But anyway, I'm really excited about the mounts. I didn't expect to be so excited, but I really like the movement and the feel of it. So yeah, really joy of movement. That's it for me.
Ashley, what about you? Huh?
Pretty much right what Levy said. I'm just like super excited. I loved the Raptor. What I really liked, I know this is more like on the beta set, not necessarily from the diary, but the diary, they did also say that they wanted the mounts to be kind of a part of you and like your character. And I love that they actually did gave the mounts themselves character. And I think like especially for people who would do like role playing and stuff in the game, I think that'll be really nice for them. But yeah, again, like Levy said, I was sad that it was only one die channel, but I'll take what I could get. I had my bright pink Raptor and I was happy. So yeah, I mean, pretty much just echoing what Levy said.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty much not very hyped. I'm hyped that they're making the developer diaries, and that's not the problem. It's the mounts. I'm like, I'm not like coming from a person who plays a lot of MMOs, and it's like that doesn't really. That's not the reason why I'm hyped or care for. But like, I'm buying the game for a different reason. So I'm buying it because we're going to somewhere that is different, somewhere that we've been before back in the past from original Guild Wars. So it's like, ooh, and then like the god stuff, like all that stuff is what's getting me hyped. The mount thing, y'all can fucking ride that carpet all you want. I don't really care for it. That carpet ride is not for me. The last development diary, I think they had about, classes, was it? I mean, like.
Well, yeah, there were some short ones about the sound design, but yeah, the
so
classes.
basic some cool behind the scenes things then too. So then let's talk about the beta, because everyone's been sick and doing things and then been busy with RL shit. So Levy, I'll start with you because NG seems complicated.
Shall we start with this beta or the first beta?
Let's just go ahead. Well.
Overall?
Let's do overall. Like, you can go back and forth. Just make sure, like, if you're saying, like, whatever beta, you kind of point to it so people understand what you're talking about. So, yeah, so do a little bit of both. So, cover a little bit of both. Your goods, your bads on both, and then your main point that you want to get out.
Okay, well, so I guess I'll start with the first beta weekend that we had the PvE stuff. The story and its feel felt really different to me, more cinematic, more dramatic. When we arrived on the airship and saw the crumbling pyramid, it felt, at least to me, like from some action movie, and in a good way. and I really liked it. The plot seemed interesting to the point, although, yeah, we know what who came from our known characters, and there was some change to their appearance, and they have explained why, and why won't they still tell us what's going on. Yeah, I'm talking about Ritlock. So yeah, that was a little middle finger to us, I felt. So yeah, it's classified now. Later Cup is classified in Path of Fire, but yeah, then he when we talk to him, he says to us that he will tell us later. So hopefully he will tell us in this expansion, because if not, I will be pissed off probably the most because of this. But overall, I like the story instance. The map is beautiful, but I take anything that's not green and full of jungle. I was sick of those areas. They don't appeal to me. Really, I don't like maps like Sparkfly Fen or Blood-Tide Coast because of all those lush vegetation. They don't seem very interesting to me. I'm looking forward to the desert. The map looked really interesting, had interesting events. Wasn't as difficult to go around like Tangle Depths. There wasn't as much verticality, which is, for me, it's a good thing, because I feel that the term verticality was overused, and I'd rather see bigger map and flatter than the small map, but with a lot of verticality. It doesn't appeal to me as much.
Right.
So map was beautiful. Events were great. Bounties were okay. However, I really liked about them that they are randomized to the point, which is that the bosses will get different skills. So that was interesting. There was one hyena boss that had the basic skill of teleporting. And then he got another skill that you can only damage him when you are close to him. Otherwise, he has a shield and invulnerability. So the whole group of people was just running around the place trying to catch him, because he was teleporting from person to person to person to person, and nobody was able to damage him because everybody was out of range. So that was frustrating as fuck. But I can see that how it can promote a new style of play. Finally, people should stack. So yeah, it was interesting. There were some legendary bounties. We saw only one, and I didn't beat it because at the time when I found it, there was only me, and it was one of those choyas. So yeah. So those are bounties. Then the masteries. I really like how they did masteries now, because in Heart of Thorns, we had only masteries for some achievements, or we found them and channeled them, and that was basically it. Maybe some boss. But here we got a mastery, for example, where we got to the kitchen, where Gordon Ramsay's lookalike was running around and cooking, and in every corner there was a crying assistant. And if you wanted that mastery point, you had to throw stuff at him that he requested. There were about 20 to 30 items in the kitchen, and you were supposed to run around the kitchen and bring him the stuff for the recipe he was cooking. It was so much fun. I loved it. Hero points were not as difficult as in Heart of Thorns. Basically, we got some veterans that were challenging, maybe to the point because they were new, but they could be soloed, which is nice because when Path of Fire shall be released, I don't think that many people will be in Heart of Maguma, and that can be quite difficult for people to solo those hero points. So this was a nice change. We could see some new mobs. One was Balthazar Skater Boy.
You know what I liked? Not to interrupt your beautiful speech. A while back, Korra was doing the whole snake thing for inks, and now they have like those weird like snake-like creatures that are in that sand. And Matt claimed that there was no snakes in the game. I feel like he was, maybe it's because Korra was getting too hot on the hills of things, and that he had to like direct it somewhere else, because it seems like maybe she was getting too close to touching on something that they were working on, which is the creatures in there. Because there's some like snake-like creatures that swiggle around.
I think those are sand eels, if I remember correctly. And then sand sharks that on the first glance don't look like sharks, but that's because of those fins, log fins. But they are interesting. I don't necessarily like the design of the sand sharks. I would imagine them in a different way with different looks, but whatever. I will take what I get. But the map was overall nice. I really like the references to the elite specializations. There was Holosmith and NPC, and there was a Mirage NPC. So it's nice that you can talk to them and learn a little bit more. I would, in the ideal case, I would expect quest for us to when we level up the elite specialization, where we find out about the origins of the class and practice it and learn it. But I will take this. It's still better than nothing. So I was excited about it when I saw the guy in Photon Forge in full blue effect running around and killing Balthazar minions. That was awesome. So very, very positive impression from the first beta weekend. One more thing, Masteries. As we all know, Masteries are now only for mounts. And I was really surprised how fast I was able to level up the Mastery. We were able to level up only first two, but I leveled them up in maybe less than an hour. And then I was just running short on the mastery points, so I had the motivation to run around the map and look for them and try to get to them, which was great. I like this more than a huge grind. And the mastery being locked behind the experience grind, but here it seems that the mastery is locked more behind the acquisition of mastery points, and they are fun to get. So I like it. If it will be like it fully in the expansion, I will be very satisfied. Honestly, I didn't mind the experience grind, but this feels better. So this was the first beta weekend. I liked it. The only thing I didn't like was that I wasn't able to try out the elite specialization. The second beta weekend, we were able to try out elite specializations. And I am quite satisfied with Holosmith. It could have some improvements. But it has some big potential to shake up the meta for engineer, at least for one build. I guess the power build could be better than just auto attacking with Bob Kit. That's I don't like it, obviously. I tried to get to. I tried the might stacking build, and I think that without the durability runes or some leadership runes with at least commander's gear, that will get you 80% more boon duration. Staying at 25 might stacks will be nigh impossible in real play, because yes, I was able to get to 25 stacks because there is a trait that NG, or let's say Holosmith, gets additional threshold for heat. And when you are above 100 heat and the high threshold is 150, between those two thresholds, you generate 2 stacks of might with 8-second duration each second, which sounds very nice. However, there were some obstacles. First of all, you can't equip the trait lines that will make the heat gain bigger than it's normally, because you have passive gain and then you have gain from the skills from the Photon Forge. When you switch to Photon Forge, you start to generate heat passively and actively when you use those skills. Also, you get locked in that Photon Forge for 6 seconds. So you can't switch from Photon Forge for 6 seconds. And if you have those traits that generate extra heat, you will most likely blow up. And you don't want that, because then the Photon Forge will get on about 10 to 12 second duration cooldown, and you can't get into it. And you get massive damage. So yeah, it would be okay if the heat didn't disappear so quickly when you get out of the forge. Because, okay, let's say that you will get to value 148 of Photon Forge, you switch off and start attacking with your weapon. That's okay. But right after you switch off, the heat starts to lower. And that value falls down pretty quickly. So you have to switch back to Photon Forge around 101 value. And I found myself really frantically switching to and back to be able to stay at 25 stacks. Now, PvP builds don't have durability runes. They have strength runes. Mm-hmm. So those are not that great for it. So yeah, it should be better for PvE, but this is ideal scenario. This is scenario where you don't need to defend yourself, where you don't need to dodge, where you don't need to use utility skills that will protect you, or even weapon skills, let's say Engineer's Shield, where you want to reflect some shots that the NPC is shooting at you, because you will die, because Holosmith is glassy as hell. It doesn't have as much utility and defense as Scrapper has. However, it has good damage. It has exceptional damage in Photon Forge, and right. People are already crying for the nerf. Those people don't realize that with this Holosmith, you will get probably 2 or 3 different builds. First will be might stacking, if it will prove to be effective, mm-hmm. And it uses Photon Forge to get to the very close to the highest threshold and stay there. So you can't use all those skills as a burst. You can't. You basically use some auto attack and maybe skill 2 or 3, because skills 4 and 5 generate so much heat that you will basically blow up if you use them and want to stay above 100 heat. So here you won't give as much damage from the Photon Forge. Maybe when you start in combat, when you will want to get above 100 heat, as quickly as possible, okay, but that's one burst. If you have another build that uses the trait that doesn't give you damage when you blow up, if you blow up, as I said, you will get 12-second cooldown when you can't get back into the forge. So again, you will do one burst, blow up, and have to wait at least 10 to 12 seconds until you can return back to those burst skills. So again, you can't use those skills for a quite long time.
Right.
So if people fear that in PvP they will be constantly getting so much damage from the Photon Forge, it's not true, because they won't. Because NG will either blow himself up, yes, giving quite a lot of damage, but he will get quite low or even kill himself. Because when you blow yourself up and you don't have the trait equipped that don't give you damage, you will basically get 50% damage of your base health. That's a lot. That's very dangerous for engineer. And you don't have much to mitigate it. So you have to be either very careful, not just spam those Photon Force skills,
Right.
or just be okay with the 12-second cooldown, and it won't be that dangerous. People will just need to survive the first burst, and then they are okay, and they can burst NG. So yeah, I hope that ANET won't listen to those people, because everybody's saying, "Oh my God, those skills give so much
Well, I'm
damage."
sure they're gonna nerf all the classes once it's all out. Like they'll tweak it a little bit. There's no way it's not gonna get nerfed, but it depends where it's gonna get nerfed. It would be, I guess, the case scenario of things.
Well, but I am so sad when I see people say this about Holosmith, but they are okay with Deadeye giving 20k crits on one skill. Deadeye is able to get to 25 might with double use of one skill.
Well, I was gonna say,
Holosmith
I don't
has
think Holosmith is the only one that's getting fucking backlash right now. It's Thief as well, with their very stealthy one-shot bullshit now with that new rifle. And then the Warriors, a lot of people are complaining that you can only play that build or that class unless you play Glassy and unless you play very dodgy. If not, it's like very useless. It's like the skills are meh. And so I feel like Warrior, NG, and Thief are going to be the ones that, and maybe Mesmer, because I haven't really heard complaints about Mesmer. But
Mesmer?
Then, so
I've heard only complaints about Mesmer. I've heard maybe 90% of people that were talking about Mirage were saying how underwhelming it is, how random it is. So I don't know. Many people talk about Scourge being overpowered.
Yeah, I watched Wood and Potatoes play that and it looked ridiculous. So.
But honestly, he was right when he said that Scourge can be just power DPS down, and you're done with him.
Yep.
Scourge just has very good condition, but he's static. He puts those shades down, and if you are not in those shades, then you're pretty much okay, because his biggest damage should come from those shades.
Right.
He has a huge advantage when his opponent is in those shades, because he can use all those shade skills that are really good. But I don't think that no class should be. I don't think that any new elite specialization should be nerfed before launch. People have tried it for 2 days. What's that? That's nothing. They just don't know how to play against them. And sure, Holosmith has some skills that deal decent damage, although he will blow himself up and suddenly he's dead. Deadeye does a lot of damage, even more and much easier than Holosmith, but he's stationary. Honestly, Spellbreaker didn't appeal to me much. I can see why it may be very good in World versus World or PvP, And same for Scourge, because they both have many skills corrupting boons.
The first 2 weeks of expansion will be the best time to do raids. It's gonna be a hot fucking mess everywhere.
Yeah.
World v World, fucking PvP,
Yeah.
fucking
Fel
PvE.
Guardian.
Well, it's better too, because then they can get better results on what's going on with like the classes. Because I'll get to my point in a bit too, but I think Levy and I want to also agree it was kind of silly to do it only in PvP for the second beta, because like I get it, you want people to like figure out how things are gonna be for preview for seasons and World World, but not everyone's PvPers and some people PvE. So like a lot of my PvE friends were like, cool, I'll just look at the skills and leave. So they don't even know what they really do. They don't know. They're just like, so it kind of sucks. But it's going to be definitely messy because they didn't properly test that out correctly. So.
Yeah. Also, I don't know why they didn't allow us to test them in PvE. With Heart of Thorns beta weekends, we were able to test them in all 3 modes.
I just don't understand why we couldn't test out on that map again or something. Like, just go into the map again. Like, lock us out.
Or let us do the aerodrome golems.
Yeah, like something. Better than the PvP golems. They were going down so fast that no one could really hit anything. That was another thing. So it was like, okay. Yeah. So, like, everyone's trying to take turns smacking things, but then it's like, you're not really getting your full benefit of testing everything, because then you have to pause, so then your cooldowns are going off, and it's a little bit silly. And I don't really want to go roaming around World with a build I have no clue on, getting my ass rolled over by old school builds who are, prepared and geared and everything. Hang on, my dogs are going to bark. But, Levy, is there anything else you want to say before we pass it to Ashley to see if she has any Mesmer thoughts? Okay, well, let's let Ashley's talk about some of the Mesmer stuff, and then Levy, you can go right back, okay?
Yeah.
So give us a sec. Go ahead, Ashley.
All right, so yeah, I did check out the Mesmer. I didn't get to do as much time on it as I would have liked to, because I was busy. That weekend, I just gotten back from vacation. But I actually had fun with Mirage. I only got to test it in PvP though, on golems. But I think it's going to be really nice for PvE. Just because the bleed stacks and Condi is still king despite what they've tried to do. So, yeah, I think it's going to be really fun, and it'll be a much higher DPS spec for Mesmer, as opposed to like Condi Mes and Power Mes, which are okay DPS-wise, but there's other stuff that's just better. So I'm excited. I'm really glad I've got Frostfang made. Thank you, Kit. I'm ready. I am so ready for it. That's pretty much all I've got for that part. But for the new maps and stuff, I had so much fun riding on my Raptor, running around. I loved the new maps. I'm super stoked for the actual stuff to come out. Yeah, I was pretty impressed by everything. I love, like I said again, I love the Raptors. I love some their secret little Easter eggs they had. So what was it? The Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa. It was so cute. I actually had to put on my commander tag to so people could find them. Everyone wanted to see them on the map. Yeah, I just had so much fun just running around doing the events. I had some bounties. I ended up making a squad too, doing bounty hunting. And the rap, that was so much fun.
Ashley, I can't hear you. Is it more on my end? No, it isn't. For some reason, you're getting lower and lower, and oh, now I can hear you well.
Apparently, I just need to groan.
Yeah, now it's okay. I don't know what happened.
Okay, it's really weird for me. But no, I love maps. The Raptor races were a blast. I was kind of bad at them, but they were still a blast.
Right.
I liked the size of the map. I really wish I could have gone further with the exploration.
Stress testing Skype.
What?
She should just be a sponsor for them.
I should. I love Skype, especially when it just cuts out on me.
Go ahead,
Down
Ashley.
Hey. I talked about like the Timon and Pumbaa little Easter egg they had was just the cutest thing ever. When I saw it, it took me a second. I was like, "Wait, is that what I think it is?" Oh my god, it is! And I was like, Disney fangirl spazzing out. Bounties I thought were really cool. I really don't think they're gonna last very long. I think it's gonna be one of those things that once the expansion comes out, it's gonna be awesome, it's gonna be huge, but then after a month or so, no one's gonna be doing it. Just because you need a group of people and you gotta have a kind of semi-organized group,
right?
And people just aren't gonna bother with that. So that's kind of what I'm expecting with the bounty system. It was cool though. I did get to do the legendary one against the Choya of Doom.
Did you like the Mesmer stuff? Like, was it harder than the normal Mesmer stuff, or still easy?
Pretty easy.
Sorry,
Bleeds
the dogs
upon
are chirping.
So cute. Bleeds upon bleeds upon bleeds. I had a blast. So I honestly think it's going to be really good DPS. I think it's going to be more of a PvP thing. It could be good in PvP with the whole Mirage part, but just damage-wise, I could see it being really good for PvE and raids and whatnot. Because right now, Mesmers do okay DPS with Condi Mez and Power Mez, but they're not like, they're not quite like a DH DPS or Ellie, but I think potentially Mirage could put them up there because of all the bleed stacks. Because bleeds are one of the better Condi damage right now. So that was really cool. I really liked the Raptor too. That was one of the PV part. The Raptor, I loved that it had character and I got to like bond with it. I seriously sat there like just watching the idle animations for like 10 minutes at one point because it was so cute. It's like a dog. I'm more of a cat person. It's a cute dog. Yeah, I'm really, really excited. I can't wait. I'm so happy I don't work on Fridays, so I'll be able to have that full day off once the expansion comes out. Priorities.
Do we know the time when it comes out?
No, I don't think they've announced a time, but usually I'm gonna guess it'll probably be like a 9 a.m. Generally, like when their patches come out. I don't know. I'm running around World v World right now trying to just charm pets for my druid because I don't know why.
Yeah, speaking of World v World, I reached the ticket cap this week.
How'd that go?
And, well, I counted and it took me around 16 hours to reach it. Mm-hmm. However, I am now rank 741.
Right.
741. So I get and I'm Gandhara. I'm on Gandhara, and we are first most of the time. So I got 8 tick pips.
Wow.
8 pip ticks. Basically, it was easier because of this, but it's still quite a grind. In my opinion, if it was around 10 hours a week, okay, but 15 and more, it's too much still. And it got better when they raised pips for the placing, but still. Well, anyway, back to the beta weekend.
We'll talk about that a little bit. Yeah. What did you finish up, Ashley's? Or
yeah.
So basically, what Levy covered and Ashley covered, I'm on the same page. There's some things I liked and disliked, and the things I didn't like mostly was just where they were testing us, and then just the hype over the mounts. Like, Levy said a lot of people need time to learn how to control those mounts. To me, because I was already like boop 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 done. Like I was like there was a little heart over there where you had to like catch fireflies on your raptor or whatever, and to me it was easy. So
that was fun.
It was fun. Don't get me
fun.
wrong. It was cute and fun, but it was it was easy. So I was just like, I don't know if that was like the hype of like, look what your mount can all do, all that stuff. But to me, it was easy.
Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the actually, Olivia, you're talking about the like Gordon Ramsay hero point or master point. That was so much freaking fun. People were cursing it out though because they were having a hard time doing it. And I was
like
what do you
the
have about this?
little
Awesome.
the little creatures around. I'm sad that they didn't make the prairie dog as a hunter's pet. Maybe they did. It's just not announced yet. But I hope they do later
Those
on.
prairie dogs are ugly, by the way.
What?
I was so disappointed. They need to be
cute
cuter.
As fuck. Cuter
Wait,
than those
it
ugly
wasn't
watermelon things.
Barky?
The Choyas are not cute. I will admit.
The choice scared the shit out of
They're
me.
stupid, retarded quagans.
Oh no, Ashley, do you see?
Damn it! Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just can't see.
There we go. Oh, motherfucker.
But overall, like the creatures, I'm excited that the creatures do more than just like pew pew you. Like I like that they have kind of like extra tiers to them. So like when you chop down like I forgot what creature it was like that dragon like plant thing.
Hydra.
Hydra, yeah.
see
Where
me
like
again?
if you sliced its head off, its head still bounced around and still attacked you or whatever for a bit. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
They didn't attack me, actually.
Oh,
I just they just crawled back, and because I hit them with the AOE, I was still in combat after I killed the Hydra, and they had much more HP than Hydra. They were annoying. They were just crawling around. They didn't attack
I know
me
it
if
took
I did.
me and 2 other people to get one. What the heck?
Shit.
What is going on, Skype?
Hello?
Skype just hung up on all of us.
No, it just hung up on you.
What the
Am
fuck?
I here?
Yeah, you're here, but your cam's not here, and I got hung up apparently. What in the world?
Okay, I'm gonna try to.
Fucking Skype is messing with us today, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up from the call and re-thingy.
That's fine. Hopefully it doesn't hang me up again. I don't know. Whatever. So,
Okay, I'm gonna
there's
re-thingy. I
your
can't even
cam.
use my words today. Jesus.
We can
But-
see you again.
No, like I had to get like a guardian, and some other guy had to come over and help because like it just felt like I don't know. It just felt like either the mobs were just kind of buggy or not too strong, but like they just weren't dying in a sense. Like some of them were just kind of like stuck, and like their health would not move at all. So like even if you looked at the break bar and stuff, so I don't know if they were just like really buggy. I don't know if they were just kind of delayed. So I just left it be. I was just like I smacked it for a bit, and then I like walked away. I was just like okay. And then like another Hydra came around, and that one let me kill it. So I was like okay.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's the same with the little quagging crap. Like some of them worked, some of them were just like assholes. So I don't know if that was just like meant to be, or this is because it's in testing right now and the mobs aren't fully like adjusted yet. I have no clue, but overall the testings were pretty decent. I just really wish the last one would have been in the golem room for what Ashley brought up, or in PvE, and then maybe just the same map. The one thing I disliked at the beginning though, one thing at all, is hearing Bram's voice on that damn char. And I'm like, man, it feels like I'm walking with Bram with me the whole time. I'm like, this is awkward. Like, I really, really wish they would just get more voice actors and voice actresses, or make them change their tone. I have no clue. I'm not an actress or an actor, so I don't know what all goes through with that, but, like, it was just like a turn off right away. Like, it was just like, okay. It's kind of like doing with Timey again and Belinda. When Belinda died and then Timey's talking, you're just like, you go back in the past to do that kind of story or do it with other people, you're just like, it's awkward because all you see is like Timey's voice and face on Belinda. So, I don't know, that's something they have to do. That's obviously not our side. So I can't really do anything about that, but that was like the one first turn off. Everything else, like the game is like pretty, maps were beautiful. I like the little hidden Timon Pumbaa thing for Lion King in there. That was cute. I like that they're bringing out the little locked chest that they had originally in Nightfall kind of thing, like they have a little chest everywhere. I'm just curious on how they're gonna do the loot thing. It seemed like the loot kind of went down into that little scrap gear thing now, but I don't know.
It has its pros and cons. That unidentified gear, because you can get all rarities from it,
Right.
which is okay if you identify it. If you don't want to identify it, you will just salvage it and you're done with it.
Well, is there anything else you want to say to this topic, Lovey, before I swap it over to another topic?
Yeah, one thing, when we talked about mounts, mounts really made that huge map seem small.
Mm-hmm.
That map was big, and it was about 70% of one
I was
map.
really on my feet most of the time because of that, because I thought it was too. Maybe it's just because they cut us off in a certain way. Maybe it's bigger than what we think. It's just the way they put us in beta. But I'm hoping, because if it's that small, I'm going to be sad, because then I'm just going to walk everywhere, unless I really need to pull out my mount.
Yeah, because when we look at the map, it looks huge in comparison to other maps.
Well, world completion
even
will be a
that
lot
part-
faster for people.
even that part that we just had available for us, but with mounts that had only 10% more speed than we have with normal speed, because normal speed give us plus 30% speed, I think, and mount speed was about 40%, if I remember correctly. But they seemed much smaller than that map. Sure,
We could have been just beta, maybe, hopefully. I'm hoping
Yeah,
it's
well, a
just
lot of the
beta.
map was cut off, so I think it's
I'm
just
really
'cause it's beta.
hoping. We'll just
I
hope
looked
it's
at
that.
the leaked map. And it looks like about 60 to 70% was available in demo of one map.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, there are maps that are much bigger. Maybe about twice as big, or 1.5.
Well, and you gotta think, Burden
half
Brink for HOT was not that big of a map. All the other maps were a little bit bigger. So it could be just like the starting map, where it's kind of small, where you can get the hang of things, know what you're doing, and then boom, from there you're off on your own. It could be like the major city anyways, like the capital area, it seems like, since they also have that race thing going on there. And then they had the bulletin board stuff, so I'm wondering if that's going to be like a major hub layout kind of thing. That's the only thing I can think of, but I'm hoping. But like you said, if you've seen the leak thing and it's small, I don't know.
Well, you know, I don't know if all maps will not feel big as they are, then we may have a problem that we didn't expect with mounts. Because sure, the core maps will feel tiny now with the mounts, but the big maps that will apparently bring us that mystic content, huge amount of content, because expansion is content based, and I'm looking forward to see all that content. If we go through that content thanks to mounts that quickly, we won't have anything to do in a week, because I was done with the map in maybe hour and a half, and I had everything explored. And sure, I had more fun on it even after, because
That's why I said I think definitely if you do world
collecting.
completion, the old school Tyria will be a lot faster for sure.
Yeah.
Like if they let you do that with the mounts and everything, you can bounce around and get through that real fast. Obviously, Hearts is still going to take the same amount of time, because you can't really fight on your mount. So I don't know.
Yeah, you can't fight on your mount, but you can spawn it pretty much instantly.
Right.
Yeah, I hope that there will be really a lot of content, like they say, because
We'll need to see.
I certainly didn't expect the map to feel like a normal sized map with mount. Because it felt like it. Sure, we had the one waypoint, maybe. one weapon, and we got everywhere on mount. But it's still with the mount, it didn't feel that big. But I thought of you, Ashley, when I watched the developer diary, when I saw that bunny, and everybody was talking about, well, we thought that it won't fit, and it's too cute, and I was thinking about, oh my god, they will introduce Quaggan skimmer mount. And
It'll be funny if they bring
Ashley
like
will
a really fat Quaggan in, like they have in Final Fantasy with a big fat chocobo. They just bring the fat Quaggan in. You
Oh
can
my
see
god, that would be
Ashley buying-
adorable.
Well, each Quaggan is fed already. So
I mean, they
I
are
would
full of
love that.
blubber and stuff like that. So
yeah,
Oh my god, I would be all over that.
Right.
I'd be like, yes, take my money.
take my money. Yeah, which classes we didn't talk about yet? Which elite specialization? Weaver.
for
Guard, Weaver.
well, basically, yeah, Weaver. We didn't talk about Guardian. And,
Yeah.
I mean, I played with Guardian skills, but because I got turned off of the World v World / PvP thing, I literally just looked at all the cool animations and bounced out because I hit a few. I was like, after I saw that the golems were dying too fast, I was like, yeah, I'm not sitting here wasting my time smacking things that are not going to be alive, and I don't feel like smacking people because they don't stand still. You know, like they're not standing still, so you can keep a task. So I don't know. I like the animations; they're pretty, but hopefully they work for me.
Firebrand has one big problem now.
Why?
Well, basically core Guardian, but thanks to Firebrand, thanks to how awesome those animations look and detailed, when you see a symbol on the ground from the core skills, it's terrible. It's so low res. It needs update.
Yeah, they'll have to overhaul again all the skills.
Bad.
Which is normal, because they did that for Hot. Before Hot, like, most of the stuff were overhauled again, so I'm sure they'll overhaul a lot of the AoE rings and stuff like that for a lot of the characters. Because
hopefully.
if not, it's gonna look, yeah, like you said, ugly as fuck.
Yeah, very ugly. But Firebrand is a lot of fun to play. I expected
The
those
Ranger
dogs.
one was really cute. I like being coming in the animal thing. That was cool. I was hoping it would be more detail. Like, I thought it would be like the Norn thing, where if you turn into a bear, you turn into a bear. But I know that'd be too much work and too much animation stuff and all the other crap. And then you have to be selective which creatures you can be turned into, because they don't want to do every animal in the book. So that's fine. But I did like overall, like the skills and the animations and the sounds of them is really pretty and really cool.
I like Soul Beast in terms of animations, but it felt very underwhelming to me in terms of damage.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are
But
complaining about.
I didn't test it much. I've heard that Greatsword Soul Beast is really a beast. So yeah, hopefully it will be good. Hopefully the Power Ranger will return. Maybe the Weaver is a mess in my opinion, and I. Together with Spellbreaker, they are two elite specializations I am not interested in. They were boring to me. Weaver was basically a huge pile of mess. And sure, yeah, it bless you.
Bless you.
And sure, Weaver requires probably a lot of memory to remember the combinations and a lot of skill. But in my opinion, it's a balanced nightmare, and I didn't like the end result. Really, I like the previous one more, the previous elite specialization for Elementalist much more, and Spellbreaker was just more boring to me than the core warrior. I don't know how.
Warrior was really underwhelming for me because of what's going. It's just because I think everyone's trying to figure out like what he's best in or it's best in situations. Because like people were saying, like most of the people that tested in PvP could only test him as glass / like dodge roll for your life basically, which to me, like, I guess it's cool, but then, like, when I think of a warrior, I think up in your face, like, rawr, like, not, hey, let me dodge roll for my life, I'm scared of you, while I try to also protect my team. Like, I don't know, it's just so weird. So, I'm hoping, like, maybe some more, like, warriors will keep main warriors will keep testing it out and stuff, because, like, when you went to the forums, even there was kind of, like, mixed reviews. It was like some people who had no clue about warriors were like, oh, it's really cool looking, and the people who play warriors were like, yeah, this doesn't work, like, this is not okay. So I'm hoping that gets fixed, because I do want to play warrior again myself. Between like when the game comes out, I definitely want to go into guardian, ranger, and warrior. The Ellie looks fun as fuck, but I think it's gonna be too complicated for me to even play that, so I don't know. I don't know. And the NG stuff, like I saw what you were saying, like there's a lot of back and forth on that too for NG. Like between NG Thief and the Warrior threads, they're just like all over the place right now.
Yeah, and I didn't test Mesmer much, but it seemed quite random with those mirrors where they were placed. So they may be placed in some inconvenient location.
Is that part of the skills itself, like the mastery line? Like, is there something in the line that's like does that, Ashley? Like, Ashley, did you get to play your Mesmer at all? And like, did you look into the line and see if there's something with the illusion?
I didn't really look into the line, honestly. I just kind of played around with the skills. I wasn't really doing much with the whole mirror thing, honestly. I think I may have only had one of the Mirage utility skills on, because I was trying to go for straight up damage.
Right.
So my stuff was a little different. I didn't really recall anything about that. I was just all about those bleeds from that axe. What were you saying, Levy?
I really liked the one skill of the axe that retargeted the minions, and they didn't die when the NPC died. That was awesome, in my opinion. That's really good. But I like Power Mesmer much more, and I'm not sure if it will work with it, so I'll see.
It won't. That axe is too Condi based.
Anyway, I think we mentioned everything.
Yeah, we talked about everything here, so now we're going to move on to some updated stuff here. So first of all, we have the 5th year anniversary for the birthdays that came up. I put a picture up on the video in case you need to see what they look like a little bit. Dolphy has all the previews on her website. Shaman has the previews on his Twitter. So if you want to see what they look like, they're pretty cool. Not all of them are pretty cool. I picked the swords mainly because the rest seem meh. There also has been some gym store ups and downs this last week because they introduced some boxes from the past of like Living Story 1, I believe, and Living Story 2, like or not 2, but like the Scarlet Living Story stuff. And basically people were having like issues with the cogs. I had no issues with that, but we'll get more into that in just a sec. Then we also had apparently this masterable pimp hat that came in recently that is upsetting some people because it has hair, unlike the other hats. They don't show your hair, and then you get to dye the hair and all that stuff. And then we also have the legendary design contest that's going about, but a lot of countries are getting upset because a lot of them can't enter. So, and then on top of that, they don't want you doing a legendary effect. They just want you to make the weapons. So
not only that, but wait, let me find the exact wording. But apparently it can't be. Wait, I will look for it.
You look for it. We'll get to that section in a second. So let's start off with birthday stuff. Who's all hit 5 years old? Me. Fuck you guys. If you guys didn't hit 5 years old.
Jesus!
You're not a true fan if you're not 5 years old.
I'm only 2.
I did. I am 27 years old.
Ashley, one day you'll get there when the Skill Wars 3.
I'm a Guild Wars older.
We'll beat you to it. We'll be older than you. So that means we're wiser than you. You must listen to us first.
Oh my god.
That's how it goes when I was like little with my little brother and sister. I'd be like, I'm older, so I'm wiser. You guys listen to me.
I remember a girl I was friends with telling me that I'm older than you, so I must be smarter than you. I was like, the fuck?
No, but the skins were all right. I liked that they brought the backpacks again because I actually wanted to get the other one, the little Asura one. It was cute. I was kind of sad though with the other stuff, like the scroll thing. I fucked up. Listen, your girl was dumb. It was 3 a.m. and I decided that my Mesmer was like level 25 at the time. So I was like, okay, I'll level her to 26. I have 4 tomes. I'll put the 4 tomes on her, hit her 30, and I'll use the scroll. I totally forgot the scroll actually just legit hits you level 50. So I'm like doing math in my head, like, oh yeah, I'm going to hit 80. I'll have a Mesmer that's 80. I don't have to worry about this. I go level it. I go run around Queensdale. I get the tomes. I put it on, and I go, okay, now let's get the scroll. I use the scroll, and fucking... it just went to level 50. Level 50. I wasted half of the levels... nothing. So I was like, God, I'm stupid right now.
Did you try putting in a ticket maybe to see if
I'm not worried about it. It's whatever. Tomes come so easily through the login thing. Like, I can just get those again. Or just go do my dailies. That's why I was like, it's not bad, but it was just dumb of me. Because I was like, holy shit, I just wasted a level 50 scroll on a character that could just do something else. But it's whatever. It's whatever. But the other stuff was really cool. I don't know. The skins were just kind of meh. Like, I was hoping more effect to them, but I don't know why. I didn't even choose the weapon skins yet for the birthday. So. Have you not decided, or just do you not like any of them yet?
No. Well, they don't fit any of my characters, so.
Right.
I guess I'll hold on to them.
Well, Ashley, did you pick anything awesome?
Sorry.
No, wait, you're not 5. Ha, sucker. Go ahead, lady.
That was just mean. Well, I found those design requirements for the design weapon.
All right.
Weapon is important here in
Break
this
it down,
context.
Levies.
Design a weapon. Well, the design requirements. Designs may not contain, as determined by the sponsors in their sole discretion, any content that promotes alcohol, illegal drugs, tobacco, firearms, weapons.
What the
So
fuck?
we can't design weapons that look like weapons?
Oh, yeah.
I'm so confused.
I can't design a rifle because it looks
Is it like
a
they're trying to
firearm?
make fans make a trolley weapon for them because they can't make a trolley weapon themselves? Like, I'm confused.
It reminds me of that joke scimitar weapon from one of the Halloweens. You know, that looked like from a styrofoam.
Oh, yeah. This little sword thing, too.
You can only design those. You can't design serious weapons because they will look like weapons, and that's forbidden.
I'm in a girl group right now on Facebook that's a Guild Wars girl group, and there's a couple girls that are from Australia, and they were showing off their art. It was really cool.
I saw that.
And it's upsetting them because apparently Australia is not part of the competition. Like, they're like, I don't get it either. Like, I think it's dumb to cut off a lot of countries from this. Like, a lot of countries were cut off from this contest.
Yeah, Africa is cut off, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because I think Tiny was also complaining about it too. So I don't know. I'm curious. I'm wondering. I'm hoping they're not just being lazy and trying to get other people to make the legendary skins for them for this next expansion. Like, it's kind of like they rely on the fans to do a lot of stuff for them, and then it's just like the wiki and the Dolphy and finding things and putting stuff in the wiki for them. Like,
No, but it's okay. There were design weapon contests.
You should make
also
one, Levy.
I'm not good in such designs, I think.
There were some people that made like simple, basic looking things, and it looked fine. Like you knew what it was.
Well, yeah, but my design isn't clean.
You should just make
for
a
such
coding
designs.
weapon and be like, there you go, hint to just.
Yeah, I will make a Quaggan on a stick weapon.
There you go.
It will be
Make
hammer.
sure he's roasting, like tie him up and everything, put an apple in his mouth, and then just roast him.
Oh my god. No, shield.
Oh,
and the Quaggan will be
No, I
tied
think
up.
we need a torch if it's roasting.
Tie him to the shield, but make sure he has the
nice.
apple on him, because you gotta make sure it's informed.
The
that
whole
he's
barbecue grill
Oh
with
my god.
Quaggan.
I can just see Ashley crying on the side. salty tears from her. But no, so I guess the other thing is, did you guys buy, like, you try the Scarlet boxes and the
Yes.
Living World boxes? Did you get your cogs? Did you actually put money
Yes.
into it? The
Yes.
first box, I put $20 in and got 63 cogs before Inks and all these people were like, oh, I only got 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. So I got a bunch, and I got enough to get me what I wanted, which was the Halo, because I didn't get to finish that, and then my Blue Wings. And then I had a bunch left over that I could just did whatever. So do you guys like this? Do you like that the older players can recatch anything and then newer players can see what this is and get it too? Or do you like the cog system? Do you not? Do you feel like this is more money that they're trying to get people to spin into the game?
Definitely. But I'm torn because on one hand, I got 10 of those boxes and I got enough cogs to get the Molten Jetpack. So I am happy. But I can understand why some skins should be exclusive. But I'm not sure if time exclusivity should be the one exclusivity we should go for. In my opinion, it would be better if some skins were event exclusive or difficulty exclusive. For something very difficult, I don't know, some achievement that you will have to work on for a long time, where you will have to hone your skills and be really good at that. So some achievements like that that would require exclusive skins. And sure, the time-based skills and exclusivity is nice because then you feel special in front of the newbies where they see, oh my god, that Molten Jetpack, where did you get it? Well, you can't get it now, ha ha ha, because I was here and you weren't here, and I was lucky and I got it, and it's just a rare drop or very expensive skin on Gem Store.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm torn. I can understand why some skins could be exclusive, and ANET could do more of those exclusive skins to lure people to do different stuff. But then again, we would have complaints that, oh my god, I'm a PvP player and I don't want to do this achievement where I have to jump 3 times in PvE, so give me a way to get that skin also. Anyway, yeah, I got those boxes. Those boxes are again stupid RNG. I was very lucky. I know I don't like RNG. I don't want to support it. This one was just because of that one Molten Jetpack skin. But yeah, at least the sprockets give you an option to choose yourself. If you are that unlucky that you don't get the loot. Then again, those sprockets are quite rare to get in bigger numbers. So yeah, I can see why they went that way, where people said to ANET, you should do with the Black Lion chest something like Overwatch does, that you will give us some currency also, and we can eventually buy stuff we want for that currency. And ANET went and made that currency totally random.
Yeah.
Also, the currency in Overwatch isn't as random as it is in Guild Wars, because you can earn loot boxes just by playing. So yeah, I can see why they did that. I'm sure that many people spent money on it. I'm sure that many people will spend money on the future boxes. Just imagine returning Halloween skins, Halloween minis. Not all of them were in the Halloween vendors. So yeah, those exclusive skins like Ghastly Grinning Shield. I'm pretty sure that one
I think the real
That's
issue
what-
is a lot of people had like the backpack and the other things that they were trying to sell too, and now like they're fucking cheap as hell if you want to get them.
500 gold.
Yeah, so if they do that, I really do hope they do it for Halloween as well, because I totally want the shield. I want the scythe again, even though I won it once and then sold it. Like, I want to get that stuff. I'll pay money for that. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because it was a good currency trade-off compared to what Black Lion chests give you. Like, to me.
Yeah.
Most of the time, Black Lion chest gives me fucking jack shit diddly squat.
It was better.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's weird because I'll like listen to other people, and a lot of people are complaining that they weren't getting a lot of cogs. They weren't getting only one. So I'm like, I don't know if this is just RNG based, or if we just got lucky the
RNG.
first day, or if they nerfed it. I don't know. Like, I don't know either. But so far to me, it's been fine. Like, I've been pretty good. I got what I wanted, and I got out.
Yeah. If those memory boxes were acquirable some way, some limited way even in game, it would be like Overwatch boxes in a way, and it would be fair, more fair.
Well, and this is what I'm kind of nervous about. This is back in the day. They said they weren't going to try to rely on the gym store. They wanted to keep stuff from not always being from the gym store, that you can earn it through the game. But it's just like, so far, it's like been reversed. It's like the opposite. And I don't know if that's just because obviously we have a new director, we have new people, and maybe they changed the rules around, which is totally fine. But it's just like, okay, then you probably should update your motto, because right now your motto is that you don't really want to push people into the gym store. You don't want them buying the outfits and armor all the time from the gym store. You don't want them to get exclusive skins only from the gym store. Like, you want them to earn them from the maps or wherever they said that back in Heart of Thorns 2. So I don't know if they're sticking with that model anymore. If they're just kind of like, whatever, fuck it. People want to pay $20 and get whatever, or $10, then that's that. Or what? I really hope that they stop putting certain skins into Black Lion chests, like the wings, the Dwayne wings and stuff like that, because that really makes me mad, because I wasted so much money and I still didn't get it at all. So I was like, I'm done with the Black Lion. Like, when I did the other chest thing, like the living box thing, I was like, this is worth it. Like, this was worth my $20, because I got enough to get what I needed to get and get out. And even if I didn't, I still would have had enough for one thing. But it's just like, with Black Lion chest, you're fucked. Like, if you don't have a very good RNG, you're fucked. And I do not have a good RNG. And as much as they sit there and say there's no RNG, or like there's no, literally I can record my account, and for like the next several months, if I have to prove that, like, anytime I open things, anytime I open bags, I don't get jack crap. I get, like, once in a while a scented ring from PvP. Who cares about the damn rings? We get those all the damn time. Like, Momo and other people I go with, they get a scented armor box, they get a scented armor weapon box, they get all sorts of stuff. Or they get, like, the Dwayne wings, or the outfit, or the Ellie, sword that came out a while back. So it's like, stop putting them in that fucking chest.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to spend $20 to $50 to even $100, or like that one guy who spent, like, what, $1,000 or something like that and didn't get crap. Like,
I would be all for these memory boxes completely replacing Black Lion chests.
I would be too, to be honest. I would be.
That would be much better,
because
even
then
if
you
they
can earn
removed
the cogs and then save them up from there, and then choose what you want. Because then it wouldn't be that bad.
Or they could put those sprockets also in Black Lion chests.
Oh yeah, true.
At least one guaranteed.
Like, they could replace
Then
those
people
with
can
the other crap.
slowly
Because I saw
find-
on Reddit, a guy put a post up about, like, things that should be taken out of Black Lion chests. Maybe they could put those in replacement, like, some of the stuff. Because, like, the things that they need to take out, the Res Orb, I barely use. The Mystic Stone, I give no fucks for. And I don't know if anyone really uses that stone anymore. And then what else is there? There's the repair kit, booster, and the banker express thing. So, and then the TP posts. Like, the banker express and TP posts, they're alright, but I don't really think they need to be like that dropped fast. I don't know. And then same with tomes. Like, tomes need to get the fuck... Like, no one wants damn tomes! We get tomes all the time everywhere else. Stop putting tomes in things.
Yeah, it would make Black Lion chests definitely better if they added 1 to, let's say, 10 or 20 random numbers of sprockets to each of the chests. It would make them much more worth it, and people would get the keys more, and people would key farm even more. Yeah.
Did you buy any of it, Ashley, or bought any of the gym store sell stuff this week?
I did.
What all did you buy?
I bought quite a few of the... Is it the Memory of Lion's Arch boxes?
Mm-hmm.
I got the Molten Jetpack.
Nice.
That's how many boxes I got. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it for myself or sell it yet, so it's just kind of chilling in my inventory. And the other thing that I got that I had really been wanting was the, oh gosh, what's the potion called? The one that gives you a halo?
Yeah, that's the one I got.
Selfless potion.
Yeah,
I've wanted it for a long time since I have my Air lookalike character, so she could have a halo. Rest in peace, my baby. So I was like, I needed it.
I got it because I wanted to make a Mercy in PvP, so I was like...
Oh, how cute. I like that. I'm sad, though, that I can't use those potions in instances, so like when I'm in a raid and stuff, I can't use it. So I'm like, damn it, I want to be like their angel. I'm waiting for them to bring back the white feather wings, and then her outfit will be complete. So I did that. I also ended up buying quite a few Black Lion keys because they went on sale. I bought 50.
Did you get lucky in RNG?
Oh my god.
No. I got the stupid Duena's Messenger mini, so I got extra keys. So I already had it. I thought maybe I would get that awesome back piece, but no. No back piece for me. Got a couple wardrobe unlocks. But they they secretly nerfed the wardrobe unlocked drop rate because I only got out of 50 keys. I got maybe 3. Got way too many boosters. Yeah, and lots of res orbs. So yeah, I was a little salty. I was salty.
It's res orbs and bank express things, and I'm just like, what the fuck do I need these for? I just can waypoint and go to the bank myself. Like, I'm not that lazy.
I got one more thing from Gem Store.
What's up?
But I didn't pay for it. When the total makeover kit was sold one time only for each account for 105 gems.
It was like 35 gold to 50 gold, basically. Was
about 30 gold. So I converted my gold. Then I asked Romo to give me his one because he didn't want it. So I sent him gold. And I also converted gold on my other account and send it to my main account. So
you're saying Levy went on a spending spree on kit?
Yeah, because a total makeover kit for 100 gems is
it's a pretty good deal, especially when the game's about to come out and you can change out characters or whatever.
Yeah. So I got 3 for the price of 1, pretty much. Price of normal 1. And so yeah, that was nice.
So did anyone buy the pimp hat then?
No, I've thought about it, but I don't have any characters that I wanted.
I know. I'm like,